The Africa Peacebuilding Network, APN, offers research fellowship applications from African researchers, policy analysts, and practitioners working on conflict and peacebuilding issues at universities and research institutions or regional government and non-government agencies or organizations based in Africa. Through the Next Generation Social Science in Africa, NextGen, the Social Science Research Council offers fellowship to support the completion of doctoral degrees and to promote next generation social science research in Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, Tanzania, and Uganda. The fellowships support dissertation research on peace, security, and development topics. The 2023 APN NextGen Africa University Seminar Series Kenya focuses on security, peace building, and development in the continent with a special focus on Kenya. Peace and security rests in the nexus between governance and development. This has led to the recentering of the concept within academic discourses from multi- and transdisciplinary perspectives.
My name is Rahma Hassan, and I work on the broader questions of natural resource governance, which refers to norms, structures, and processes, including the power on how different communities access land. In this case, indigenous communities are the core of the work that I do. Pastoralist communities in northern Kenya have over time grappled with the questions of land and how they access their natural resources, rights of different groups among pastoral communities, and their resilience, especially given the challenges of climate change in the world.
My name is Professor Frederick Ogenga. I'm an Associate Professor of Media and Security Studies at Rongo University and the Director of the Center for Media, Democracy, Peace and Security at Rongo University. I'm also a local organizing committee member of the African University Seminar Series, which brings me to what we came to do at the University of Nairobi today. So my paper seeks to highlight ways in which we can create a safe space for highlighting the contribution of faith into peace building and governance so that we can have an opportunity to adapt what the recommendations from local authors are saying regarding faith, peace building and governance. So it's my hope that within the aspect of faith, peace building and governance, we can share thoughts with other participants who are also equally dealing with other things so that we can see how to solve the modern day peace and security challenges in Kenya and in Africa.
I'm Dr. Alex Kamwaria, Senior Lecturer and Dean of Students in Machakos University. I'm a laureate of APN 2022 Individual Research Fellowship. My focus area is on maritime border disputes, and I've focused on Kenya and Somalia. Kenya and Somalia have been engaged in a dispute for a long time, and this dispute has found recourse to International Court of Justice. The ruling by International Court of Justice was in favor of Somalia, which Kenya did not accept. This has not augured well with so many scholars and even in Kenya, because there has been an argument that African states should find their own mechanisms of resolving their cases. The Kenya-Somalia case needs to be relooked and renegotiated in the light of the African ways of negotiating or resolving their disputes.
My name is John Mwangi, former African Peacebuilding Network Fellow 2021, and also a former NextGen Fellow 2016 to 2019. I would like to speak very briefly on the importance of research in the peace, security and development. What research does is to give us evidence, especially that then would go ahead and inform policy. But also research is important in this respect because we're also able to pick underappreciated perspectives, contemporary questions, but also neglected questions in this domain that keeps evolving every so often. So having that opportunity to go to the field, collect data, do document analysis and so on, helps us to position our early career scholarship in the field of peace, security and development. So in summary, research helps to push the frontiers of how we engage in terms of policy, but also in terms of growing and expanding the scholarship around peace and security and development.
Zankungu. I am a 2021 Next Gen Research Fellow. I'm also a 2022-2023 Next Generation Completion Fellow for my PhD at the University of Nairobi. Now my area is mediated violence and peace dynamics, and in particular I'm focusing on how gender-based violence influences peace and security among societies and among individuals particularly. And in this case, when we focus on how gender-based violence is portrayed in the media, we look at the various types of gender-based violence and the influence they have. Positively, we can say that they influence their audiences in terms of making them aware of particular instances of violence that they may not have known is actually gendered violence. But the downside is that gender-based violence actually entrenches stereotypes amongst men and women. For example, portraying men as wealthy, as muscular, as always authoritative.
My name is Jacinta Maweo, a senior lecturer in Philosophy and Media Studies at the University of Nairobi, Kenya. For the last 10 years, I have been interested in the role of the media as a double-edged sword in conflict and peace building. The media is a powerful tool that can be used to instigate conflict, but it can at the same time be used to ensure peace building. The media becomes an instigator of conflict when it is used, especially in this era of disinformation and misinformation in new media, and also mainstream media, where the media, instead of being a tool to ensure peaceful coexistence, especially in multi-ethnic societies like Kenya, where we've had numerous cases of post-election violence that are ethnicized.
My name is Lilian Amasara Kongani. I'm looking at the untapped potential of women in conflict resolution and peace building. So as women are central custodians of their families and communities in many parts of the world, they have a very important role to play in building peace in our societies. However, often their contributions in these spaces are overlooked, especially so among the patriarchal societies, such as the pastoral communities. While we are increasingly acknowledging the fact that women are not only affected by conflicts, but also play an important role in promoting peace, but there's still room. We really still need to have a better understanding of the effectiveness of involving women in peace building spaces, which is important in actually shaping the policy interventions around women, security and peace.
My name is Dr. Joyce Omoha. I always look at digital democracies, and here I look at the citizen power as expressed and articulated through digital technologies, because these days everything has gone digital. So when citizens go online, they can express whatever it is they feel about any democratical political issues that affect them. And also, now that we are talking about peace building, we look at how citizens engage with the government about what makes them feel safe, secure, and peaceful generally.
The seminar series, therefore, aimed to explore for multiple inter and transdisciplinary angles the interconnections between security, peace building, and development in Africa generally and Kenya in particular, in ways that can inform policy and practice.